every guy is gonna date a bop eventually. It's a canon event, and you will date a bop no matter what you do. You will date a bop. What's up, guys? It's Brett here, and I'm gonna tell you a little story on how I accidentally dated a bop. Yes, I accidentally dated a bop. Well, technically accidentally, but technically on purpose. But so it all started when I met a girl in my sophomore year. This girl was in my sixth period Spanish class. So after she's in my class, she knows my friends, and we eventually get to know each other. We start getting closer, and one thing leads to another. We start walking around the halls together, walking to class and shit. It was nice. This is like the honeymoon stage of everything. So after that, a couple days go by. We decided to go to the school pep rally. 10 minutes in, she puts her head on my shoulder. I just think, she's just a lover girl. One thing leads to another, and we start talking. Now, since we went to a school pep rally and it was a public lobby, I did get screenshotted and I did get caught. My friends seen these and they warned me. They warned me about her being a bop. But me, I don't believe them. I don't care. I could change her. I could save her. Now this guy, he's been knowing her longer than me. He's been knowing this bop since middle school. So he just tells me, bro, don't believe anything. She's not a bop. Trust me. And it really be your own homies, cause she's obviously the most well-known bop in the school. So me, I don't care, and I don't listen to anything my friends say. And she tells me not to believe them, which I should not have taken her advice. I don't know why I listened to her. One of these rumors were that she got cracked in a parking lot. That doesn't seem too bad, but we're in sophomore year of high school, and getting cracked in the parking lot, like, that's bad, bro. So another rumor is one of my friends tapped. So in conclusion, she was low-key one of the top 5 bops. I think maybe in the whole city. We go to a football game, another public lobby. Started like being hella touchy. Of course, she obviously lets me touch her. And I grabbed the cheeks, I grabbed the cheeks. Yeah, that felt like a life moment for me, because that was like the first time I ever grabbed cheeks in my life. And after the game, I unfortunately did kiss her on the lips, which was probably one of my biggest mistakes, because I have no idea where that mouth has been. Out of nowhere, my first love starts talking to me after 4 years. Now, I obviously, I'm talking to her back, because who wouldn't? The bop. She sees me, and she gets pretty mad. She gets pretty mad. Starts getting a little bit jealous. And when a bop gets jealous, she likes to make the other person jealous. So that's exactly what she does for the rest of our time together. My friend has a quince, and she obviously invites me. So at the quince, we start cuddling, we start being hella touchy. I got the cheeks, we start making out. After the quince though, the next day, people were telling me she was dancing with another guy, but it was just a brother. That kind of a little false alarm, but it's okay. After this, the rumors they really start to get to me. Starting to rethink the whole relationship and thinking about if I should just end it right then and there. Since these rumors get to me, like I really start like distancing myself away from her. And when we're walking the halls, I stop holding her hand. I stop putting my arm around her shoulder. I stop kissing her, and she can really tell that things are dying down. She's always sad, and she's always sad. So when a bop is jealous, they like to make the other person jealous. So what she does is goes to a party without telling me, without letting me know. Just went to a party, just a random party, and just without telling me. This was literally like the breaking point. This was when I was like, all right, yeah, I woke up. So the next day after school, or the Monday, because the party was on a Friday, the Monday, I get told some breaking news that she was with another guy at that party. She wants to make me jealous again, so she starts flirting with her guy friends. You guys are probably wondering, why would you let her have guy friends? Well, what do you call it? I was I was just being a pussy. She starts getting hella touchy with her guy friends and starts laughing a little bit too hard. When they're laughing a little bit too hard. Yeah, that's literally what happened. So at lunch one day, my friend just walks up to me and he's like, "She says she feels bad still talking to you." I was like, "Whoa, whoa, wait, whoa, what does that even mean? And I put two and two together, and like, this is a so that day, that very same day, I ghosted her. I just full on went ghost on her. The days after that though, whenever I would walk past her, she would give me the meanest, dirtiest stare ever. Like she didn't deserve it. A week later, she gets with a guy. She gets with another guy a week later. The way I found out was her profile picture on the gram. She had a new guy on her profile picture literally the next week after we ended. After this, months go by. Like, I still haven't forgot about the whole thing. And one day on a Christmas break, I was chilling and she calls me. She breaks contact on a random night. She was drunk and she breaks contact and calls me and says she misses me. You know me, I fell for it. On this call, we set up a little two-man, even though she's still with her new boyfriend. While she's with her new man, she's calling me, telling me she misses me and that she wants to go on a two-man to the movies. So what I do? I agree, bro. Like, what the hell? Oh, but I did find out later that she did call multiple guys before me. So on the day of the two-man, we decided to go to the movie theater. But what do? I cancel. I canceled last minute the day of, and I leave the guy on a 2v1. I have no idea what happened there. And do I feel bad that I canceled? No. Hell no. But of course, obviously, set up another two-man with my cousin. On this two-man, I actually went this time, and we watched the movie. And all I got out of that was a hug, a grab of the cheeks, a kiss, and that was literally it. That two-man was not worth it. But after this two-man, I'm still a little blind, bro. I'm still a young buck. So we start talking again. Probably a pretty big mistake now that I look back on it. So we set up a little date to the movies. On this movie, I did almost make it to second base, but I'm a put. This time nothing crazy happened. The same old. Left with a kiss and a hug and the grab of the cheeks. A couple of days went on and I get ghosted. I literally get freaking ghosted. So, one thing leads to another. A month later, I see her profile picture has turned into her new man again. He looks like a thug. I have no idea how many guys she was talking to. Since I said this guy looked a little thug, next thing I know, through the grapevine, she went to a party without his permission. He came to the party just to wreak havoc on her. There is a video of him slapping the shit out of her and dumping a green buzzball on her head. I did feel a little bad, because, who wants a green buzzball just dumped on them and just slapped in the face? So Halloween rolls around, right? And I'm going to just hella Halloween functions. They're all getting shut down except for one. So I go to that one, and who do I see? I see her. But this time, alone, without a guy. So on this day, I get super drunk because it's a Halloween function. This is my junior year now, which is still going on right now. I'm pretty much blacked out at this point, and we just make out. Except I get to put my fingers in it. My fingers did all the work. But I couldn't get it up, bro. I was too drunk. After this, I don't contact her. She doesn't contact me to this day. She got even worse. I've been hearing through the grapevine how much work she's been putting in. She's a bigger bop now, which is crazy. So yeah, that was my story on goodbye. Subscribe. Goodbye. Later. Subscribe.